under the radar college basketball games. We got 10 of them for you to talk about. These guys are going to give their first kind of glimpse at it, looks at it. I'm just going to rapid fire this at everybody. They're going to give you quick responses here. We're going to start with Texas at Missouri. Raphael, I know you wanted to talk about this one. So it's about a pick 'em line. Initial thoughts on it. Go ahead.
Even though I hate Missouri because my twin brother lives there, but money's going to come in on Missouri. I would not shock me if we see closer to 2.5 on this one. So if I'm looking to bet Texas, which I am, I'm going to see how high I can get plus points on Texas. Wait, is that a late game? Or I know can't remember what time it was. I do believe it's a late evening. Oh, not late evening.
8:30. Yeah,
evening
it's an 8:30 game. So yep, it's one of the later ones.
So I'm happy that it is because I think Missouri money will keep on coming in because it's a late game and I can try to get a better number at Texas.
There you go. Miami +5 at NC State. Robert,
this is going to be a great game. I think because Miami, they're coming off that big win over North Carolina. They got really up for that game. Now Miami is a team that has played its way onto the bubble. Right now, they're on the right side of the NCAA tournament bubble. However, the more you deep dive into Miami's metrics, they're another team. They didn't play anybody in the non-conference. They don't have a lot of good wins. That win over North Carolina is really the only win that they have currently over teams that I am projecting in the NCAA tournament field. So this Miami team is not for real in my estimation. Okay. NC State, on the other hand, they have a lot of talent, but you just never know what team is going to show up from a game to game. They don't defend. That's a problem. As indicated by the last time we saw them, they played Louisville. They gave up 118 points, and that snapped like a 6 or 7 game winning streak. So what NC State team is going to show up? NC State is going to be favored. I projected this line is going to open around -5. I see NC State money coming in. I can see this number up closer to 6.5 by tip-off. But I'm looking at the home team in this one just because, again, I don't have a ton of faith. I don't have a lot of faith in NC State. I don't like teams that don't play defense, right, give up 118 points and lose by 41 in conference play. Good teams don't do that. But I still think that talent will win out over a Miami team that's a little inflated.
SMU -2.5 at Syracuse. Raphael, Robert wins on Syracuse, but
last time I checked, Carmelo Anthony's not walking through those doors for Syracuse. It would not shock me if SMU money comes in. I want nothing to do because the Cuse, and Robert, you know this, if they can't hit the open J, and I'm not even saying 3-pointers, if they can't hit the open J, they can get run out in any building. And I don't trust their offense right now.
Yeah, I mean, they shouldn't have won against Cal. Nope. I got front doored on that one. They won by 7 against a 6.5-point line. That was the only time all game they were up more than 6 points was at the final score. So they didn't play particularly well in that game. There's more talent on that Syracuse team, but they're not playing very good basketball right now.
TCU +2.5 at Oklahoma State. Robert.
Gotta take Oklahoma State in this one. This is just a clear letdown spot for TCU. They played fantastic, beat Iowa State earlier this week, and this is a weird TCU team, right? Like they started 11-3. They also beat Florida earlier in the year. They hammered Wisconsin.
People don't remember that.
Yeah,
right. They almost beat Michigan early in the year, and they have this win over Iowa State. So this is not a bad TCU team by any stretch of the imagination. However, this is also a better Oklahoma State team than we've seen in a few years. They do have a nice home court advantage, and again, it's just pretty simple. You're just playing the letdown. TCU just scored a big conference upset. Now they're going on the road to a tough place to play. I would lay the points.
And keep in mind,
I would wait to see what the bettors do for this one because people are going to look at both ways. Wow, TCU upset Iowa State or the letdown spot. So you could tell with line movement what people are doing right away. So I'm going to wait to see what this number looks like tomorrow morning or tomorrow early afternoon.
I love that. And at the time of recording, these numbers they're going to change or something.
Yeah, they're my projection. They're my
projected numbers for as we record this Friday for Saturday. So VCU -7 at Richmond. Spiders, Raphael.
I'm a big Richmond Spiders fan. I'm more interested in what the total is going to be and what the team total is because I'm looking to bet Richmond Spiders under team total and maybe even the game under. I'm just waiting for totals to come on this one. I don't like either side.
There you go. Florida State +8 at Virginia Tech. Robert.
Again, really interesting game here. Virginia Tech, I had them earlier this week. They scored a really nice win over Clemson that kind of keeps them on the right side of the bubble, I feel, for right now, but they can't let this game slip against Florida State. Florida State is a team that has gotten better as the season has progressed, okay? They are competitive in all of their losses, just about. They only lost to Florida by 2. They only lost to Duke by 4. They lost to Wake Forest by 1, SMU by 3 on the road. Their last time out, they were at home against Virginia. Should have pulled the upset in that game, but instead they won by 3. I think this feels like a few too many points. So anything that you can get over 7.5, I think Florida State is a side just by virtue of how competitive they have been in ACC play. They're still kind of an undervalued asset.
I don't hate that at all. Yale -4 at Harvard. We're going to go to our Ivy League college basketball expert, Raphael.
It all depends on how you watch the game versus Brown today. If Harvard takes care of business, let's say beats them by double digits, then its number is probably going to be close. But Yale is 12-3, and they've lost back-to-back meetings against Harvard. So they remember that because I think they've won 7 out of their last 10 coming in this one, but Harvard has played really well. This is all about me. This is why you watch games even if you don't have action, because if you watch today's game, Harvard's Brown, you know tomorrow they're playing another game, so you can do your research on that. So this is a perfect spot where do your research. Maybe not bet the game today, Harvard versus Brown, but looking for something for tomorrow's game.
I don't hate that at all. Memphis plus a big number, 14.5 at Utah State here. Robert, what do you like here?
Super weird game. Like, just weird how this is.
Why are they even playing this game on Valentine's Day?
Right. It's this one, and the Virginia is playing Ohio State in Nashville tomorrow. Like, just 2 really random non-conference games shoehorned into the middle of conference play. But for me, it's probably Utah State or nothing. I think the public will be on Memphis because they're going to see that big number. Memphis does still have name recognition, basically, but this isn't a very good team. I mean, they're right at 500. They look like trash against North Texas yesterday. They have gotten blown out. You got to wonder what their motivation level is going to be like. These kids going all the way out to Logan, Utah to play. And Utah State doesn't care. They don't care that Memphis is only 12-12. This is still a game that they have had circled for a while. And Utah State is a team that we've seen go rip shit riot on people in their own gym. So I think that they could lay the wood here.
Yeah, you don't think Utah State wants to welcome Memphis and beat Penny Hardaway? They're not looking at the name in front of the jersey. They're looking at the head coach of Penny Hardaway and his son on a team. Utah State wins close to 20 in this one. And you said it. They looked horrible against North Texas, coming off winning 3 out of their last 4 games. I thought Memphis would have played better against North Texas, but they didn't. They stunk, and they get blown out against the Aggies.
I like that. Stanford +4 at Wake Forest, Raphael. Last one for you. Yeah.
This was a tough one. This is a yuck game for me. Yeah, I'm leaning towards taking the plus points on this one. I want to see what the number comes out. Here's another one. I've been playing a lot of Stanford games under, so I want to see what the total comes out on this one because everyone knows I love betting totals. If I can get in the mid or high 140s, I'll probably be looking at betting the under. I'm just not sold. Stanford can't hit the 3-ball lately. They stink shooting a 3.
Can't be that bad all year. Duquesne +2 at St. Bonaventure. Robert, last one for you.
Yeah, I mean, not a great game, but if you're looking for 2 teams, the reason I picked this is to put these 2 teams on people's radar because going into conference tournament play in the Atlantic 10, if you're looking for 2 teams in the bottom tier of this conference that could pull an upset early on in that conference tournament, Duquesne and St. Bonaventure are 2 teams that are definitely better than their records. A lot of talent, a lot of experience on both of these teams. I don't know what's going on with St. Bonaventure and Mark Schmidt. They are inventing ways to just lose games this year. They have severely underperformed. They're still very good at home, though. It's just a tough place to play, St. Bonaventure, New York. There's nowhere to fly in directly. So you got to fly in and then take like an hour and a half bus ride. So it's always tough to get to. So this might be a situation where we bet St. Bonaventure very small on Saturday. If they lose, they have another home game midweek against St. Joe's. I think they win one of those 2 games. So that's how I would play it.
Fair enough. There you go. Underrated, under the radar Saturday. One day I'm going to say that right. Under the radar Saturday college basketball plays for you. for Valentine's Day. There you go. You're looking to get somebody a Valentine's Day gift, get them a free $60 account. DocSports.com/free60. You can use that on anybody's handicapping premium picks you want over at DocSports.com, including these guys' best bets going on they got for the weekend. Robert, what do you got going on this weekend? You got anything we should be looking for?
Yeah, I'll have a 7-unit college basketball play tomorrow, and a 7-unit daily prop play going tomorrow. So looking for a big day in college hoops.
Raphael, what do you got going on?
We have a good big soccer game tomorrow in Mexico. I can't wait. Liga MX. I'll be looking at that. Probably, I'm waiting for the numbers. Probably gonna be a 6-unit play. And then big races here in New Orleans. We got the Risen Star tomorrow. 3 Kentucky Derby winners have come out of the Risen Star here at Fairgrounds.
Interesting. Don't forget, like, share, subscribe. We're here Monday through Friday, Docs Daily, 1 o'clock Eastern. Saturday, tomorrow, Griffin Murphy and myself will be breaking down all college basketball tomorrow, 11 a.m. We're going to go over everything. Probably have some Olympic stuff because we're degenerates. Good luck unless you're against us. We'll see you guys on the next one.